Good day, I'm Rachel Ann Armenton from BS Psychology 23, and I am here introducing my animal training proposal mainly subjected to cat litter training. So we all know that cats are naturally inclined to cover their waste. However, there are some ways to discipline cats using a litter box. So as what you can see in the video, we're going to need a box and a cat litter. Of course, for the box, it should be cheap and shallow, and nothing covered, nothing too tall. And we can use a cardboard box to train the kittens, and because they are so shallow, the kittens can just walk right into it. And it is also easy to toss it in the trash, as what you can see in the video. So for the litter, some kittens are sensitive to strong chemical smells. So we should use unscented and environmental friendly. So when should I introduce a cat litter box? So if it is a few weeks old kitten, we know that they don't go to the bathroom on their own. So from 0 to 3 weeks of age, they will be simulated by their mother going to the bathroom by licking them. So if you have an orphan kitten, which I also have one in my house, and I used to train them like this who doesn't have a mother, you'll have them to go to the bathroom by simulating them with a soft tissue. So what you can see in the video, they're like simulating them in the coochie. So once they simulate it, it will tickle them and then they will pee right away. So once they are 3 to 4 weeks old, they will be started to go to the bathroom independently. That's what you can see in the video. So you might start noticing that they poop or pee in their bedding. So that's a perfect time to start introducing the litter box. So now, if you have recently adopted or rescued a new kitten that's more than 3 weeks old, you should introduce a litter box right away. The litter box should be the first thing they see when they go to a new home. So kittens also learn by example and imitation, just what the video says. They are playing with the kittens on a litter box. They usually imitate that, and they also imitate the movements such as going waste or doing the waste thing. So how often should I clean the litter box? For me, we should clean the litter box often, since cats are actually the cleanest animals that we know. It's just that cats are too clean for us. Like every minute or every 10 minutes, they start to lick themselves in order for the odor, or in order for the dirt to go or to come off from their body. So that's their way of cleaning themselves, by licking them themselves. Yeah. So as what you can see in the video, this is actually stimulation. This is a stimulation of a household kitten. So the owner just starts to introduce their home. I'm pretty sure some of them are adopted kittens. So that's the first thing they could introduce in the household. If they're adopted, the first thing you could introduce is a cat litter box right away. You don't have to teach them like the old ways of simulation by putting a soft tissue in their coochie. So that's what they do. And as you can see, there is a clean bedding. That's important. When you have to raise a kitten, make sure that everything's clean, because just some dog, just like dogs, we have to give them a clean environment. So they start, as you notice, they are starting to familiarize everything, familiarize their environment, as well as with this little cat, this kitten. She's starting to familiarize this shallow litter box. And that's actually a great start to teach this kitten. As you can see, the owner is starting to scratch the litter. So that's actually a way of saying that actually a way of saying they can rub their paws on it, and they will be actually doing it afterwards, as kittens are natured by imitation. So that is why. So yeah, kittens also learn by example and imitation. So if you have one kitten who isn't getting it, send them over to the box to watch their buddies so they can have a chance to learn. And you can also put your kittens to the box and run fingers to the litter to show them that this is a safe place to dig, or even gently run their paw through it. So like encouraging digging. So remember that they have the same goal as you do. As what I said earlier, cats are the cleanest animals for me. So um so you have patience when you have to steer them in the right direction. That's what is the owner's doing here. Steering them in the right direction, and never use a negative reinforcement or punishment when they're wrong. So yes, you should often clean it and be positive to avoid those impressions that cats are smelly animals. Their poop actually is smelly, but that's just an impression of them. But you don't know that cats. I actually have a cat here in the household, and he's the cleanest animal. He's the cleanest animal that I've been with. I've had dogs before. I've had like 5 dogs. And it's actually a high maintenance. They're actually high maintenance. So I decided to raise a cat instead. And most of the time I'm just cleaning their litter. Just cleaning his litter box, replacing with a new one. I only wash him like once a week, or yeah, once a week. As you can see, they're playing. They're starting to familiarize still. So here are some frequently asked questions about litter box training kittens. So based on my observation, they usually about how they do potty train their kitten. So as I've mentioned also in the video, cats are naturally inclined to cover their waste. So cats have a natural instinct to eliminate in sand or soil. So kittens don't need to be potty trained the same way as puppies. So however, it's important to set your pet up for success. Second, how often should I change my litter cat or my cat litter? Cats prefer clean litter boxes, so scoop at least once daily and change their litter weekly. In my experience, since I have a cat here, I often clean it, just picking those absorbed pee or poop with a scoop. So I clean it once or twice a day. So they should be emptied and cleaned once monthly, and every 6 months the litter box should be replaced. So it doesn't mean that we have to clean it daily or take off the whole litter, but we only have to scoop the absorbed pee or poop. Additional cleanings and maintenance can be helpful. So there are actually some ways to clean it, like just cleaning the dirt around the box. If you have a plastic box for your cat litter, other owners usually clean it with a tissue often, because cats are actually sensitive if they see their litter box not untidy or not clean. So, what is the best cat litter box? So, there are many types of boxes available, and different cats have different preferences. So, regardless of style, ensure that the box is large enough for your cat and easily accessible. So, when we say it's easily accessible, it should not be too small for example a big cat, because if it's a small box and a big cat would litter on it, they tend to scratch outside the box. So that's actually an indication that the box should be big for them. So, why does my cat poop outside the litter box? So there are a number of reasons a cat may stop using the litter box. That includes medical problems and also stress. I once experienced this with my cat. We were out on a vacation for a month, and when we got back home, I noticed my cat after 3 days. When we got home, I noticed my cat that he's not using the litter box anymore, and he's just going around peeing and pooping because of stress. He was used to an environment alone without seeing any of us in the household. So that causes him stress, and that causes him urinary tract infection. So we got him checked up on a veterinarian. Yeah, we knew that he has a urinary tract infection. So the next question would be, why does my cat poop outside of the litter box? So there are a number of reasons a cat may stop using the litter box. So yeah, including that. I just read that. So what is cat litter, or what is cat litter made of? So cat litter can be made from a variety of materials, including clay, silica, sawdust, and even corn cobs. In general, cats seem to prefer litters with the consistency of sand or soil. And when you go to the beach, it's okay actually to gather some sand to go home for your cats. It's actually preferable for me because that's environmental friendly. How many litter boxes do I need for my cats? So the rule of thumb is to provide one box for each cat plus one. So for 2 cats, 3 boxes would be ideal. So this can vary depending on your individual cat or cats and the layout of your home. Next question, where should I put the litter box? Litter box replacement is important. Cats prefer to use the litter box in a quiet, private place where they feel safe. I actually put the litter box of my cat under our computer table. So that's actually a safer place for him to do his agenda, and it's a quiet area for him to do it. So that would not cause him stress and distractions, because cat actually are easily distracted to people. I don't know if that's my cat, but he is usually too shady when he's around a lot of people. So how deep should cat litter be? About 2 inches of litter is a good amount for cats. So some prefer a little less, and some diggers will want more. So regardless of the amount you use. So it's important to clean the box regularly. So that's some of that's some of the frequently asked questions that I gathered through my experimentation, my observation in my animal training proposal. And I hope this helps, and I hope you gather knowledge from it. And thank you so much, and have a great day.
Learning according to behaviorists are processes that must be directly observable and is a direct consequence of conditioning to stimuli. In experiments of Tolman, however, it shows that learning can also take place in a way that is not immediately expressed in an overt response. It just occurs without any reinforcement of the behavior or associations learned. This is known as latent learning. In his 17th trial experiment, he placed 3 groups of hungry rats in a maze. The first group is not given reward, the second group is given just after the 10th trial, the third group are given rewards all throughout. At the end of the study, the second group, or the one who have been delayed the reward, outperforms the other group just after the 10th trial. The reason is they were actively processing information in their brain using cognitive map during the first 10 trials. That's why when the food is introduced, they performed even more better. This training took the second group's condition and applied it to the trainee's hamster. It also replicates the number of trials in the unit alley maze itself. In order to measure the hamster's progress, the trainee will record the number of errors the hamster got for each trial. At the end of this, the progress will be visually represented through a line graph. The hamster developed cognitive map or mental representation of the maze after 10 sessions without any reinforcement. As soon as the hamster became aware of the food, he was able to navigate the maze more quickly. This is latent learning, learning that occurs without any observable behavior until there is a reason to demonstrate it.
Classical conditioning is learning through association and was discovered by Pavlov, a Russian physiologist. The most famous example of classical conditioning was Pavlov's experiment with dogs who salivated in response to a bell tone. John Watson proposed that the process of classical conditioning was able to explain all aspects of human psychology. In basic terms, this means that a stimulus in the environment has produced a behavior, a response which is unlearned and therefore is a natural response which has not been taught. In this aspect, no new behavior has been learned yet. This stage also involves another stimulus which has no effect on a person and is called neutral stimulus. The neutral stimulus could be a person, object, place, or others. The neutral stimulus in classical conditioning does not produce a response until it paired with a conditioned stimulus. During this stage, a stimulus which produces no response is associated with unconditioned stimulus, at which point it now becomes known as conditioned stimulus. For classical conditioning to be effective, the conditioned stimulus should occur before the unconditioned stimulus rather than after it or during the same time. Thus, the conditioned stimulus acts a type of signal or cue for a conditioned stimulus. As what you can see, the trainer points his fingers at the door, which will cause the doorbell ring. At first, the trainer shows the food, which was the unconditioned response. When the doorbell rang, the dog doesn't know how to respond to it, because it doesn't know what is the purpose of the doorbell when it rang, until they repeat it and when the dog responds, which will be the conditioned response. By pairing up food and bell, that was when the conditioned response occurred. So every time that the dog hears the doorbell ring, it already knows that it is eating time or treat time. So a conditioned response is learned reflex response to a conditioned stimulus.
So, hi, good day guys. I'm Realiza Sigma Franca and I'm going to react a video on YouTube on how to train a rabbit through clickers. So, come and join me on watching on this video reaction. So, yeah.
So, when you start out, you're first going to need a clicker. I got this one from BinkyBunny.com. I'll have the link in the description. And obviously, you're going to need a rabbit. And you're going to need treats. I'm using his veggies right now. So, when you first start off, you're just going to have your rabbit in front of you. And you're just going to click and give it a treat. And then you're going to wait for him or her to eat it. Then you're just gonna click and give a treat. You're gonna do this for quite a while. All you're gonna do is just click and treat.
So basically, she first conditioned the rabbit by giving the rabbit a treat so that the rabbit can be responsive to her. If she used the clicker, then she used the clicker, and probably the rabbit is responding, so that she gave the rabbit a treat.
After you're done with that, you can take like an object like this flip and toss carrot. You can put it on the ground, and if he puts his like nose towards it, you're just gonna click and then treat. So you're gonna do this for a while until he starts looking and sniffing the carrot by himself, and he'll understand. And slowly, your rabbit will understand that when you want him to do something, click means that he did it, and he'll get a treat in the process. So also with clicker training, you can teach.
So basically, she used the carrot so for another stimulus. So basically, she wants the rabbit to understand that she wanted to do something that the rabbit must respond. So in order for that, she uses the clicker, and she gave her a reward whenever he sniffed the carrot. So because of that, the rabbit responds to the clicker, and then the carrot he will sniff the carrot, and then she will give it a treat.
Up. Good boy. And you can just do that for a lot, like go up, up. And once he goes up, click, then treat. And you can keep doing that for a while. Up, up. And then you can even try it without a treat. Up, up. Good boy. You can also teach tricks kind of like circle, circle. Good boy. Circle, circle. Good boy. So when you're clicker training your rabbit and doing tricks and stuff, circle, circle. You always want to like say the word that you're doing and stuff, and so your rabbit gets to know that word means this and word means that. And so you want to make these sessions, you want to make it interesting for your rabbit. Circle.
Basically, the rabbit is already conditioned because of the clicker and the treat, and then also the trainer can teach what you want to teach some tricks in the rabbit with the use of the clicker. So she can do the tricks without the treat, and also she's just using the clicker for the rabbit to respond on what tricks she would like to do with the rabbit.
But for now, I'm just gonna stick with tricks. Circle! So yeah, thanks for watching. Please comment, rate, subscribe, and request any videos you would like me to do about rabbits or rabbit care. Bye!
So yeah, basically the rabbits is already conditioned, so without the treat or the unconditioned stimulus or the reward, the rabbit is following the clicker whenever he hears it, and also he can do the tricks without any rewards or unconditioned stimulus. So yeah, so when you teach a rabbit, basically it will consume you at least 10 to 15 minutes just to condition your rabbit. So it's not just one day to train the rabbit, but it also trains for about 1 or 2 weeks. So yeah, so the training wasn't that difficult, but the fact that the rabbit is already conditioned based on whenever he hears the clicker is already um is already trained rabbit. So thank you for watching with me and also reacting with me with the video. So see you in a bit. Bye bye.
Hindi mo nakita.
Hello guys, my name is Jason Kidrak Diaz, psychology student of Cavite State University. I am going to teach you how to order your dog to deliver things to you. We will use operant conditioning technique for us to achieve our goal in this experiment. The video shows that the owner gets the attention of the dog. In return, it acquires dog's attention to the object. We must repeat this scenario for about a week. Next training, since the dog is comfortable in that object, the owner must put it on the distance and order the dog to bring it to him. Finally, for about 2 or more weeks, the owner will use a different object for this experiment. Patience is needed in this final training session. I hope you learned something from this video. Thank you for watching.
It's not for me to say.
conditioning of Pavlov. But instead of salivation response from a dog, I'm going to use my dog Snowy wagging her tail uses a response using this two stimuli. So let's go.
This food serves as our first stimulus that can give excitement to my dog, which is wagging her tail, and that was her unconditioned response towards food. The whistle as our second stimulus, and our neutral stimulus as well, that I can use to condition my dog. Go, Art.
Walang cut-off.
Hindi kita ng pagkain.
Maki! Eat na. Eat na, Mak. Mak, Mak! Makisig! Ah? Maki! Atay ito, oh. Come, dito, dito. Come, come. Come. Maki. Maki. Makisig. Very good. Very good. Ah. Makisig. Come, come, come. Maki. Makisig, come. Maki, atay. Maki. 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 Ah, Maki. 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 Ah. Yun nga dito eh. Makisig. Ano namin, space saver. Kaya nandito. Maki! 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 Come! Makisig, eat na! Mak! Mak, mak! Maki, come! Maki, come! Maki! Maki! Come! Very good. Very good. Pero dapat hindi sinasali na pag ayaw-ayaw niya. Wow! Very good naman ang mama! Ah! Ayaw niya yan yung mahaba. Okay, come. Makisig. Maki. Come, Maki, come.
Oh, very good. Okay, come. Okay, come. Ay, pagka. Oh, sit. Very good.
Maga ka lang talaga eh. Parang sa papa hindi nag-bed. Sige.
Makisig. Come. Maki, oh. Maki. Maki, come. Maki, come. Come, Maki, come. Maki. Sit, sit. Sit, sit. Very good.
Very good.
Oh, come. Come. Mak. Come. Sit. Very good.
Maki, sige. Eat na, Maki. Mak. Maki. Maki, come. Maki, come. Eat na. Eat na. Para very good ka.
Mak, eat na, Mak. Come. Maki.
Dapat pala inakyat muna bago nagpartisyon.
Eat na, Maki. Wow.
Makisig. Eat na, Mak. Mak. Eat na. Eat ka na. Eat na, Mak. Eat na.
Tapos yung pinto. Oh. Ginawa na.
Come. Come. Sit. Very good. Bukas ulit.
Gising. Come, Maki. 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 Eat ka na. Okay na. Eat ka na. Ganda.
Tapos makikita mo yung status ng Makisig. Maki. Very good. Ano ba Makisig, i-refrate mo ba? Come, Maki. Sit. Kasi kung ano yun, very good. Kasi yung tingnan mo yung history niya. Maki. Maki, come. Maki, come. Maki. Lapit ko. Technical day. Come, Maki. Oh. Ayun pa. Ayun, ano, confirm ka na? Sabi mo dito. Parang, yun, certificate of origin. Nice. Nagpapasikat. Very good. Very good. Maki, sit, Maki. Very good.
No food.
Kailangan higit ng gitna.
Brownie. Brownie. Come.
Classical conditioning, also known as Pavlovian or respondent conditioning. It is a type of learning through association. Classical conditioning is when unconditioned stimulus become associated to neutral stimulus that will create a behavior. In this video, it will able to define the unconditioned stimulus unconditioned response, neutral stimulus, conditioned stimulus, and conditioned response in classical conditioning. First, I will show to you the mystery inside the hutch of a chick. Inside the hatcher cage, there has a chicken feed. The stairs will be using to associate small wood, water with honey and sugar, the substitute for multivitamins and tissue for their feet. There are 3 basic think spaces in classical conditioning we'll be using in this experiment: before, during, and after. The first part of classical conditioning process requires a naturally occurring stimulus that will give an automatically response. As you can see, the chick creates a reaction such as salivation and happiness because of the starter feed. However, there is also a neutral stimulus that doesn't produce any reaction or response, like the stairs. The chick doesn't create any behaviors, and the stairs will be my neutral stimulus. During the second phase of the classical conditioning process, the stairs is repeatedly paired with chicken feed. As you notice, the first video, the chick still confusing, but when the chick knew or recognized the chicken feed is associated with stair, the chick will go up and eat the food. As a result of this pairing, an association between the stairs and chicken feed is formed. At this point, the stairs become known as the conditioned stimulus. Lastly, the after conditioning. Once the association between the chicken feed and stairs, presenting the stairs alone, the chick will still go up or give a response even without the chicken feed. The resulting response is known as conditioned response. And this is the another video. That's all the process of classical conditioning in a chick I've done. I hope you learned something about my experiment of animal training. Before the video ends, I will show to you on how I disinfect or clean the hatch of a chick.
In order for me to meet my goal for Hamtaro, I decided to add punishment by blowing horns every time he wants to climb up the maze, and I add some treats in every corner to improve the stimulus.
Jack. A1, trial 1.
Sit, shake, lay down, roll over, roll over, roll over, roll over. Good boy.
Day 1, trial 2.
Sit, lay down, roll over, roll over, roll over, roll over. Good boy.
Day 2, trial 1.
Sit, shake, lay down, roll over, roll over, roll over, roll over. Roll over, roll over, roll over, roll over, roll over.
Day 2, trial 2.
Roll over, roll over, roll over, roll over, roll over, roll over. Go, go, go.
Day 3, trial 1.
Lay down, roll over, roll over, roll over. No. Roll over. No. Roll over. No. Roll over. Roll. Okay, to show that Jack's learned to roll over, we'll do it again. Shake. Lay down. Sit. Shake. Lay down. Roll over. Roll over. Good job. Okay, so Jack was positively reinforced with one of these here dog treats. Can we get a close-up of the dog treats? Popcorn. And just so Nina knows, no animals were harmed in the making of this video.
Understand?
Good day everyone, my name is Hennessy P. Minjola. I'm about to discuss about operant conditioning. Operant conditioning is also known as instrumental conditioning is a method of learning normally attributed to B.F. Skinner. It is a type of associative learning process through which the strength of a behavior is modified by reinforcement or punishment. It is also a procedure that is used to bring about such learning. As you can see on the video, the girl teaches her dog to roll over using positive reinforcement. If it was negative reinforcement, the dog could have just run away. The student use of force rule out shaping. This use of force to affect behavior is known as prompting. Prompting involves giving student cues called discriminative stimuli in the lexicon of operant conditioning to help them perform a particular behavior. The most general process of reinforcing each form of behavior that more closely resemble the final vision.
Hello, what's up? My name is Leonard Misagan from BSP 23. Today I'm gonna do an experiment using a classical conditioning by Pavlov. With the help of my friend Miming, we encourage you to please join us until the end of the video. Mm-hmm.
It's okay.
Naka-video na yun.
Food storage will be used as our neutral stimulus that does not have any response or effect with my dog Volter. Food. These foods serve as our unconditioned stimulus that produces an unconditioned response, which is by sitting or behaving. During conditioning, in this phase, our neutral stimulus will be presented repeatedly just after the presentation of unconditioned stimulus. So we will observe if there will be changes in Volter's response towards two stimuli. After conditioning, as we can see in the video, our neutral stimulus, which is food storage alone, produces a conditioned response by sitting or behaving, thus becoming our conditioned stimulus.
This video shows how to train and take care of your rats. The first thing that you need to do is to make sure that your hand is clean in training the rats. Foods is very important or essential for them, so you have to make sure that you choose the best food that will suit for them. Rats are very curious yet very observant. In order to train your rats, the very important thing is to handle them with care. You need to make them feel that you are to live with them and not to harm them. Playing, eating, sleeping together with other rats make them feel comfortable. It is also important to know that even rats have their own personality. Just like humans, they have difference too. So we should learn how to love them and take care of them just like any other animals.
Hi, good day. My name is Christian Pasao from BSP 23, and today I'm gonna do an experiment using a classical conditioning by Pavlov. In this experiment, what I would like to do is to pair a two stimuli, which is the whistle, represents as the neutral stimulus, and the food, which it would be the unconditional stimulus. With the help of my friend Annie, we encourage you to please join us and stay until the end of the video.
Hello guys, I am Jason Toledo and we're going to react a video on YouTube on how to train a dog to fetch and try to explain the step-by-step process. So, let's go.
Getting a dog to play fetch and retrieve different objects for you is not as difficult as it seems. And in this video, I'm going to show you just how to do that. First, let's take a look at some of the benefits of teaching a dog to fetch. It allows you to exercise the dog more efficiently and maintain their health. This is important because most people don't have the luxury of spending all day with their dogs. Playing fetch can also enhance the relationship that you have with your dog because it is interactive and relies on cooperation. It can also help transition your dog to working for non-food-based reinforcers because once the dog comes to see it as a fun game, we can use it as a currency in training. And finally, teaching a dog to hold, carry, and drop objects at a specified location can be a very useful task that many working dogs are expected to perform. The most
So as we can see, that we only know that teaching your dog how to fetch is for interacting with them and only for games. But as you can see, it has a lot of beneficials or benefits rather, not only to you but to your dog also.
effective way to teach this behavior well depends on breaking the task down into many separate little components and then working on each one of those separately before putting it all together. This is something that you want to work on at your dog's pace, and no two dogs are going to be similar in how they learn to do this.
So, why do we need to break down the step-by-step process of teaching a dog to fetch? Breaking down the step is useful for the dog because it helps them to remember the process.
It can be tempting to move ahead quickly when you're teaching this, but if you have a dog that is unreliable with their fetch, I would strongly encourage you to patiently follow the steps that I'm about to outline. So let's take a look at the different parts of a fetch. First, the dog has to go to the object. The dog has to hold on to the object. The dog will then carry the object back to the person. And finally, they have to give the object to the person and let go of it. First thing that we'll work on is teaching the dog to hold the object in their mouth. Start by using something that is easy for the dog to hold. It could be something that you have already found that your dog likes to hold in their mouth, such as a favorite toy. In the first session, simply mark and reward any behaviors where the dog is showing interest in the toy.
So wait. Let's rewind back. Let's rewind it back. So notice the clicking sound. That tool is called a clicker. This that device will cue the behavior of the dog. So when the desired behavior is achieved after the clicking sound or the cue, you need to give reward to further give emphasis to the desired behavior. So the desired behavior in this part is for the dog to look, mouth, or sniff the object. So when the dog give attentions to the object, the cue will be sound, and after that a reward is given.
Be generous with your reward criteria at this stage in the game. Reward each behavior at least 5 to 10 times before moving on and asking your dog to do more.
Good boy. So as you can see, eventually the owner or the trainer rewards only for mounting the object, because that is the desired behavior of the trainer.
Take it. Very good.
sessions, once the dog is consistently mouthing the object, start to increase the amount of time that you ask them to hold on to it.
Yes, good boy. Good boy. Say it. Yes.
Notice how the dog reacts to the voice of the trainer when saying yes. So he let the dog hold the object for a while. Then after that, he will say yes, and the dog will drop the object. Then the owner will give, or the trainer rather, will give a reward for the behavior of the dog, which is holding the ball with a increased duration. Now the trainer here use a clicker or a cue to give emphasis to the duration of the dog holding the object. So remember to always give rewards after the desired behavior is achieved to further give emphasis to the desired behavior of the dog. So the trainer here moves the object closer to the floor because for the later steps we're in, he will teach the dog, or the trainer will teach the dog to get the object that is already on the floor.
At this point, we can now introduce the give cue. Instead of rewarding your dog for holding on to the object, ask them to give, encourage them to let go of the object, and quickly mark and reward for letting go of it.
So as you see, the mark is when the dog let go the object, and the trainer will give reward after that. Notice how the trainer put his hands in front of the dog, but the dog just let go the object.
At first, it's okay to reward the dog for dropping the object on the floor because we are just teaching the distinction between holding
Right,
on to
that's
it
what I'm
and
saying.
letting go. This is something that we can refine later on. For dogs that have a hard time letting go of the object, you can entice and encourage them using a smelly piece of food. By this point, you should have a solid take it and give. It's now time to introduce some distance and encourage your dog to walk towards you with the object.
Why does the trainer give distance to the dog? Because we are working on fetching. So you need to throw the object, and the dog will fetch the object back to you. So here, the trainer is teaching the dog to cover some distance. Notice how the dog give the object at the hand of the trainer. Now the dog gradually learns that it needs to put the object in his trainer hands because that is the mark, or that is when he will the dog will receive a reward. So as you see on the early part of the video, he uses the word yes when holding the object. When the dog holds the object and he says yes, that's is the cue for the dog to let go of the object. While in this part, the cue is the fetch word. So this step 4 is a new objects and new environment. So we only need the three steps. That is the breakdown of the step-by-step process on how to teach your dog on how to fetch a object. So you need a cue or mark for the behavior of the dog and a reward to further emphasize the desired behavior. So that's all.
Yay! Cheer time, baby!
Sa boundary, kung hindi ka nagbiyahe ng araw na yun, para at least alam nilang tatlo para ang init ka kung kapitayo ka, tumiklabak ko. Di apligado ngayon. Sarado
Hello, I am April Joy Vitolin. Currently, I'm a second year BS Psychology student. And now I'm going to explain uh, an experiment entitled The Hungry Rat. It's an operational conditioning experiment done at the Human Institute of Yale University. Now let's start. Let's start off with the participants of the study. We have two rats. They are put inside their cage. The one has food in it while the other one has none. It's going to be essential for the experiment. Well, we have here an apparatus. It's the main man of this experiment. Inside the apparatus, they had an electric grid that's going to be used for punishment rather. We also have a stirrup-shaped lever that needs to be pressed by the rat to be able to get their reward. It's releasing food. Now it's time for them to be transferred to their apparatus and start the experiment. Now they are both adapting to their new environment. As you can see, the very hungry rat is more active than the not hungry. Though they are both moving since they are adapting. As you can see, when the not hungry rat already adapted to the new environment, he stays still and behave, while the very hungry rat continues to do irrelevant movements to be able to find food and satisfy the drive, which is the hunger. Now he's still moving and continues to explore the apparatus, which means wasn't able to get food yet and continued to do irrelevant movements. Now, after several tries, he accidentally presses the lever and was able to get food and be rewarded to satisfy his hunger. Now, after getting a reward on the food delivery apparatus, the rat focuses more on that side of the apparatus. He does not move anywhere. After getting the first reward, he wasn't able to do it again and again continuously and perfectly. He will also try different techniques to be able to press the lever easily and get his reward. But it is not he did not succeeded on that one. He's still doing irrelevant movement and trying to get his food. Now for the latter part, after several tries, videos are not shown for the many trials. He was able to press the lever easily using one hand. Now let's move on to the second experiment. We have here an electric shock device that will be used to punish the not hungry rat. Okay. The not hungry rat will be punished and it will be turned off. The shock will be turned off when he presses the lever. It is stated in the video that the shock is not painful, it is just annoying. Now it is very easy for the rat, to press the lever and do the conditioned response because he is not hungry, unlike the first rat. He will be shocked again and then he will press the lever easily. He's not lazy, it's just that he is not yet motivated to do certain actions. He is rewarded for this because he presses the lever. Now for our second experiment, using also the not hungry rat, the same device will be used. It's the electric shock device, and the rat should roll the wheel to stop the reinforcement on the punishment. Since they are not hungry, the rat easily learns to roll the wheel and stop the electric shock. Well, after several application of the drive or the punishment, the rat continues to roll the wheel because of fear. Now for the third one, same, same punishment is applied, and the condition response would be the rat should bite the rubber tube to be able to stop the electric shock device. And he continues to bite the rubber tube to be able to, as he learns that it stops the pain. Now for the third, no, it's the social response, which is the last experiment. We'll be using two rats. It is a two trained rats in which same drive will be applied. It's an electric shock, and it will only stop if they continues to fight. Since they are trained and they know that the shock stops whenever they fight, they do it again and again. Now for our conclusion, the drive given to the animals, which is the hunger and the electric shock device, leads them to do or learn the condition response faster. Please also take note that the not hungry rat learns faster than the hungry rat. Now let's identify which is the punishment, reinforcement, and reward. The punishment is the electric shock through the electric grid at the apparatus. The reinforcement is the lessening the extremeness of shock given, and the reward is the food.